Alright, so... I have what I think is one of the best Necromancer builds you can really have. I haven't watched any other build videos, so I don't know if someone else discovered this before me. Hold on, I'm just gonna...
I am.
Whoa.
My friend Zrinka told me of a shortcut.
Okay,
A
what you?
broken bridge, but close enough to cross. To the southeast.
Yeah, okay, I was just checking to make sure that quest.
Over here, to the right. This cliff edge will take us right to the bridge.
Now, this build does use uniques, but uniques aren't required. Okay. So, I'm soloing a tier 20 Nightmare Dungeon. I am only level 63. And tier 20 are like close to level 70, or I think maybe over level 70. Now, of course, I'm still going to be using Elixir. I'm not an idiot. Alright, so this is currently what I'm working with in terms of uniques and legendaries. So darkness kills chill enemies, create desecrated ground beneath your sever specters, and when you have 7 or more minions, you gain lucky hit, deal a bunch of damage, right? In terms of legendaries, right, what I'm going to be working with here, I have the magic bubble just because I find it's a good safety net. Now this is important. This is really important. Have cold skeletal mages that chill enemies with this blizzard, right? This is, you don't have to have this, right? It's just happen to be on this armor. Just have it. You also don't have to have this. This isn't required. This is pretty much required. This really, really helps your minions out. And this is also required for your shadow damage, right? So I'd say really, in terms of what is required, is just these two legendaries. This build worked well before I had the uniques. The uniques just add to it. I was still absolutely like demolishing content, right? In terms of Skeleton Wars, I have Reaper, Cold Skeleton Mages, and Bone Golem, which are all for a very important reason. And then, in terms of abilities, for the skill tree, Corpse Explosion, Fueled by Death, I have all the upgrades for these, some shadow damage, right? Minion upgrades, don't bother with this one, it's terrible. So like passive, Make 5 Sever. Oh wait, hold on, I don't have to have this anymore, that's right. So originally I actually straight up did not have any essence costing abilities. I didn't even have Sever. I only picked that up because I got the unique. Before that, I actually used Iron Maiden with this tree, heal for 5% of maximum life when an enemy dies, because it makes you really resilient. But the unique with the Sever damage is just too good to pass up. But if you don't have that unique, I really recommend just going Iron Maiden. Trust me, you don't need like the extra damage that much. The healing is really nice. Let's get to it. In terms of essence generation, the only essence generation you're going to have is from Corpse Explosion. Corpse Explosion is going to be your main source of damage. Now, you might ask, why have the minions, right? Because most of these, like, Blight Corpse Explosion builds you see, right, the Necromancer, right? The Necromancer, it just runs alone, runs solo, right? Well, the Cold Mages are great CC, right? And the Reapers and Bone Golem are what I use to generate corpses, right? So, I have my Reapers with the ability that they have a 50% chance to generate a corpse. And pretty much, so as long as you always have a skeletal priest active and you have the abilities I have in the tree, your skeletons will not die. They just won't. They only die if, in my experience, the skeletons only die if you do not have the skeleton priest active. Otherwise, the healing is just so good that it's just they're not going to die. And they're great frontline. You know, and the Bone Golem's taunt, that's going to be your main engage, right? You just send them in, taunt, hit the stun, and then blow them up. Now your ultimate ability, that's your panic button, because once again, it'll generate a bunch of corpses, right? So if you're entering a fight and maybe somehow you fucked up, your minions are dead, right? Or you just need more corpses for whatever reason really fast. That's what your ultimate ability is for. Slaying and testing villagers. Okay. Sorry, I'm hitting tab so often. As you can see, I am... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, the fire. That's my bad. So that's the only thing about doing high level content, is even if my damage can keep up, my survivability does not. So I have to be really careful about getting hit, and I was talking and didn't pay attention to the fire beneath my feet. I generally just don't hit the shrines just because I don't want to get the first shrine. Look at this. Well, you can't really look at it, unfortunately. But like, yeah. I am 10 levels down on this content. And I'm still doing like fine. I would say one thing I wish, I mean, I'll have to check the options more, but I wish I could, like, uncenter my camera, right? Because that gets on my nerves. Yeah, but like, I think people just use the minions kind of wrong in some ways, right? Like, well, I guess, I mean, ideally they should be for damage. But unfortunately, the minions just don't do that much damage, right? But by using them for utility instead, they become really viable, right? So I use them as literally just like meat shields and corpse makers, and like, helping me make enemies vulnerable, like all that stuff, right? Old mages, like, slow them, make them vulnerable, freeze them, whatnot, and Reapers, corpses to work with. Bone Golem acts as the frontliner, taunter, and he creates corpses when he loses health, right? And you can see, like, once again, 10 levels above me, just melted. Right? Absolutely melted. Didn't mean to press that. Yeah, but the utility that your minions provide are really, really good. I really wish they would fix being able to like see. That gets on my nerves. Especially because if an enemy has like an on-death effect, where like they drop poison or something on death, like I very often just do not see it, and I walk right into the poison, which is a little obnoxious. I mean, look, like this is barely even a challenge. Some minions did die there because I didn't keep my skeleton priest up because I was focused on not dying to the fire. Okay. Where am I supposed to go here? I could go this way, here. Oh wait, it's up here, that's right. Right now. My bad. Bro, did I walk? Why are there more spiders? Also, to anyone that has arachnophobia that plays this game, rest in peace, homie. Oh, I forgot to mention for the Paragon board, right? Rude. The legendary thing you want is Flesh Eater. It's just good. It's just really good for this build. Like, I see a lot, from what I have seen with builds, a lot of them just sacrifice minions, right? Like, I've seen, you know, light builds that just, you know, sack the minions, whatever, but I don't see people running blight builds with minions, really. And they provide so much utility, and I think, you know, it's a big missed opportunity. And I know for me personally, you know, maybe some of those blight builds could do more damage technically, right? But their minions also just provide such good CC and survivability, right? And it's also just fun. Like, I became a Necromancer because I wanted minions, you know? Like, if I wanted to be a solo damage carry, whatever, I'll just go play Road of Resources. And I also can't tell if this build will fall off late game because, well, I haven't grinded the late game because I don't, you know, I work a job. like I said, tier 20 dungeon, level 63, absolutely demolished. Right? Like, it's just a solid build. Oh yeah, that was my first completion as well, because I'd done a tier 19 version of this, but I was like, nah, I'll go for tier 20, which is the max I can do at this level. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions.